What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of December 2023. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding December 2023. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment, Scorpio, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Scorpio, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Scorpio. But without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for the month of December 2023, Scorpio. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. All right, let's see what we got here for you, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. There's a really weird message that's coming through. It's like whatever you thought that you needed to make you happy, like it actually isn't going to make you happy. There's a suggestion. I have a suggestion for you about December 2023 about like in order for you to correctly unpack your life and what's going to bring you fulfillment and make you happy. My suggestion would be to don't mistake your happiness for anything in the external world, because there's just a lot of energy that you may be dealing with of shoulda, coulda, woulda. If only that went right, if only this thing will go right, then I'll be happy. I will be happy when. And I feel like the universe is teaching you a really big lesson of a major consciousness shift that if you're not happy right now, you're never going to be happy. So, because right now is the only moment. So there's a lot of like, it's a very spiritually realigned month for you, but it's more simple. You know, there is this idea of you overcomplicating your life, and I do think that I'm going to help you clear this up. But before we get into the tarot, Scorpio, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and these are some suggestions from the universe for you about December. The first one is about wisdom. You have Katumi. It says that you already know the answer that you seek and trust what you know. Okay, and there's a weird intuitive message coming through, Scorpio, that, you know, there's something inside of you right here, right now, and it's almost like getting something in the external world is like going to give you a permission slip to be in an energy that you already could be in right now. You know, like wisdom, knowledge is acquired, but wisdom is remembered. So there's something here about what I sense going on for you is like not so much learning a new spiritual concept or adding on more knowledge or getting some sort of manifestation in the external world. That may be what you think, that may be what you're frantically looking for, but true peace is going to return. It's almost going to feel, Scorpio, what I'm trying to say is like you're remembering a spiritual truth. Like there's a beautiful frequency coming in for you for December of remembering or hearing a spiritual truth, and it just like, I must have heard that before, but no, you didn't. It's just in alignment with your soul. So I don't know. Cloak of wisdom. Definitely you need a lot of wisdom here to navigate through December. But hold on. I'm getting close to something here. You also have Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So you have two cards in a row. This says You already know the answers that you seek, and trust your inner voice here, Scorpio. So there's a weird frequency of like almost you know, because Buddha says that the root of all suffering is attachment. So I do feel like there's some sort of outcome, you know, some sort of emotional outcome that you are really going to be bothered by in December 23 about something is not happening, or I made the wrong choice. And there's definitely a spiritual reset, a very deep, like just like the planet Pluto rules Scorpio. There's a lot of deep spiritual transformation, but instead of like transforming into something new, you're transforming into something that you already were. Like, so this is, I'm just trying to translate a frequency here, Scorpio, but yes, let's keep going. You also have Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful, and miraculous changes are occurring. Okay, and like this is going to sound weird, but there is going to be some shifts in the definitions, in your beliefs about what reality is. A belief is causing a negative emotion with you. Like, if I'm not the best at this, if I don't have this exact outcome, if only my past was different, if only the future is here now, then I'll be happy. These things are being dissolved. And ironically, as a result of this, as a result of the clearing of desire and attachment and like these like lower, like just autopilot mind things, like you're actually going to get what you want, but in a totally different, more synchronistic way. All right, because your opportunity is to realize how hard you've been on yourself and how easy life can be if you change your definitions rather than, okay, because here's the thing, and I'm just getting an intuitive message. Your opportunity this month is the Queen of Swords, and your challenge is the Queen of Cups. So I do feel like intuitively, you know, it's easy. Be gentle with yourself here, Scorpio. It's your challenge to do that, and your opportunity is the Queen of Swords. So with this being your opportunity here, for December, I do think there's a shift in your thoughts. Your thought patterns is to analyze, what are you thinking? Are you aware of the thoughts that you're thinking? And then your challenge here is, I do feel like, to be gentle and patient and show yourself unconditional love. Because what I'm telling you is this. I can tell you for a fact, Scorpio, my suggestion to you is this. Stop looking to get something in the external world as a permission slip to unlock unconditional love. Oh, this money is a permission slip. Me changing my past, me manifesting this person, something that I want to clear up this confusion, this emotional confusion. Like, oh, when I get it, then I'll feel good. You need to feel good now. Okay, and because I'm telling you, there's some sort of illusion that's being dissolved for you. The reason I say that is this, you know, and yeah, here's the thing. In your overall general energy, Scorpio, you have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Swords. This is what I would call a very frantic energy. Like, the gig is up of seeking and unreliable, shaky, emotional things in the physical world. I don't know why it's coming through this way, but it is. You know, with this energy, the Five of Swords to the Seven of Cups, I really feel like overthinking has the potential to kill you in December 2023. I don't know if this is you rehashing a lot of negative memories maybe coming up for you. There may be a lot of emotional triggers. Like, a lot of you may be emotionally triggered in December 2023 and just almost like a wild emotional triggerment. But what I'm telling you is, when you do get emotionally triggered, the answer is not in the outside world. Don't try to, okay, I'm going to do this business. Okay, I'm going to manifest this person. Okay, I'm going to go work out. Do those things if it's coming from the right place. But for what I sense for you is that you've been chasing something that you really think is going to bring you unconditional love and fulfillment in what you want, like in terms of getting something in the physical that leads to these states. But it doesn't work that way. You need to find that unconditional love within you now, by simply removing toxic definitions, toxic belief systems. I wish that went differently. I hope my future was here now. If only this, if only that. Your mind and your emotions are playing tricks on you in December 2023. It's all playing tricks on you. And you're going to be having the opportunity to sit back and be like a little master meditator and watch your mind. Half the stuff that goes through our head, Scorpio, isn't even important. Okay, it really isn't. It's the autopilot mind. You need to stop believing in these thoughts. The story, there could be an emotional story that you're attached to, but it may bring you some sort of spike of emotion, but it's not going to give you lasting happiness. So I don't know what this is about. I'm just kind of painting the frequency, and then whatever does manifest will be colored by this frequency in your life, but in December. But when it comes to what you don't see coming, Scorpio, you have the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Swords in what you do not see coming here. So there could be a quick money move that you make here. You know, you could decide to move away from a quick business deal. Here, the Six of Swords has to do with moving from choppy waters to calm waters. And the Eight of Pentacles is about speed, or excuse me, the Eight of Wands, speed, open communication, and the King of Pentacles. So this is movement. You know, like whenever you see the Six of Swords next to the Eight of Wands, like this is movement going on. Fast movement in your thoughts, because the swords have to do with thoughts or conflicts. And I feel like you're moving away from seeking anything in the physical world. Okay? Because whatever, I'm telling you, whether this is, I'm going to be the best yoga practitioner, Scorpio, I'm going to really manifest someone who I'm going to have great sex with, I'm going to manifest security, anything that you're trying to manifest right now, it's coming from the wrong mother effing place. So perhaps for a lot of you, what I do get is just a realignment, and then you're going to be on your way to manifest this desire. But here's the thing. If you manifest your desire from the right place, it will come to you quicker, it will be easy, and it will be really relevant for you. Right now, what seems to be relevant for you is to admit how you're playing yourself. You know, like, so there's just like a little bit of a web that you're untangling yourself from, and it does require a little bit of solitude on your behalf. Because once again, the energy that I sense in your overall general is like I want to frantically, because you may be triggered. I mean, why is the Seven of Cups next to the Five of Swords? Someone really may be triggering you into fight or flight mode. And this moment in December 2023 is going to test your spiritual gangsta. Are you who you say you are? Are you a high vibrational being that's capable of feeling all emotions, who's capable of knowing that these are all happening for my highest good? Or are you going to be triggered into frantic action that acts as a band-aid? You can either go to the root of your emotional trauma this month, or you can be pushed into frantic, trying to fix it in the physical. Oh, I'm going to get this. I see there could be an emotional decision that makes you do something that you will later regret. I do feel like there's some trigger point that for many of you, you're going to have to fight against yourself to not put a band-aid over this pain. And you're meant to sit with the pain, and you're meant to do some sort of spiritual transmutation with the pain. A book that I would recommend a lot of you read, if you want, this month is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or some sort of book by Buddha. Detach here. But because here's the thing, in your advice is the Strength card, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. This is don't take the bait, remove yourself, focus on your own independence, and really this is about moving through a difficult situation with grace. And that's the biggest piece of advice that I gave to you before I even looked at the Strength card. You're going to have to tame down the beast, Scorpio, within the Pluto that isn't afraid to throw down, isn't afraid, I'll transform this right now. I'll, Mars, Pluto, to start a total war. I mean, like a war on your own, like this energy. Be alone, Scorpio. Being alone is your power to regenerate within yourself instead of some sort of surface level BS regeneration in your life that isn't going to really create long-lasting change. So it's a very intense spiritual purging month for you, Scorpio. And it doesn't surprise me right now for you. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into the clarification of this reading. It could feel like this month is moving really fast for you as well. So the first card that I do want to clarify is why the Seven of Cups is here. Because intuitively, I feel like you've put yourself into like a state of apathy of options. You could be feeling overwhelmed by all the options that you have, thinking if I choose the right one, I'll be spiritually in alignment. My spirituality will have some proof behind it because I manifested this. It's like, no, not in this case. So let's see why the Seven of Cups is here in your overall general energy. Seven of Cups in your overall general energy is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Star, and also the Seven of Swords here. So yes, there's definitely something about you wanting a new beginning in the physical world here, Scorpio. But I'm telling you, you need to be careful if that's what you really want to do right now. Because the energy that Spirit is advising you to is to disconnect, realize whatever you're chasing frantically, not going to make you as happy as you think. It's going to be a Band-Aid. And this is really, this confusion is about a neediness, an attachment to the physical world. And it's very hard to detach yourself from this. But I'm telling you, it's not spiritual bypassing for you to do so this month. It's actually the mature move, because you have the Seven of Swords here, your overall general energy. There's perhaps deception around. There's perhaps, once again, an emotional trigger, a conflict that leads to triggerment. Why would the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords be in your overall general energy next to each other? Someone, you may have revenge. You may want to take revenge on something in your life, but it's only going to hurt you. This whole idea of an eye for an eye, which Scorpio can really understand because you're a Mars plutonic beast of a thing. Eye for an eye. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. That's not spiritual wisdom. That's acting like a 5-year-old. Okay? So it's one thing to be in touch with your inner child. It's another thing to be like, I'm in touch with my inner child, so I'm just going to be like a brat. This is not, okay. Like, this is not the move. So this is definitely detaching, like, okay, all I can tell you is this. There's going to be a trigger in December 2023. You're going to want to put a Band-Aid on it by manifesting something in the physical world or just tweaking and being like, I wish that didn't happen. The physical is not going to help you here. And when you do make this shift in consciousness, when you start to realize that nothing on the external is ever going to make you happy, right? Happy. It's a choice to be happy now. It's a choice to realize how rich the present moment is. Nothing outside of your consciousness besides what you have going on right now is even important. It doesn't even have juice to it unless you send it juice energetically. And I feel like there's just like this cutting out. So you're going to be on your Zen. Let's just clarify why the Five of Swords is here. What is the trigger point, or why? This could be your anger. You could have to deal with repressed anger. This could be something, a long-held grudge. This could be a past life issue. I just feel like there's this frantic, I'm not going to say rage, but for some of you just wanting to, the only way to win an argument or a conflict is to really avoid it. Remember, Scorpio, you want to be this big, tough Mars plutonic badass? The best general never fires a single shot. The best generals never fire a single shot. You're about to fire a shot. And then all the outposts will have knowledge about where it's just not the move. The Gert, okay. So, I don't know. Let's just see why the Five of Swords is here. Some sort of, this is unfair. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like it could be something coming back to haunt you. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Pentacles here. I just feel like there's some, like, spiritual energy coming back to haunt you here that could be triggering about the physical world, the lack of give and take, a lack of productivity here. I just feel like there's a distraction. I feel like you're distracting yourself here. And whatever it is that's triggering you could have to do with your intuition in the physical world. You could, I don't know, Scorpio. It's very interesting. So let's go ahead. Let's clarify in what you don't see coming. Let's clarify why the Six of Swords is here. Right? Why is this energy here in what you don't see coming? It's interesting. The Nine of Pentacles jumped right on the Nine of Pentacles. The Six of Swords and what you don't see coming is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here. So, yeah. You may not know where you're going. Like when you decide to disconnect from this, whether this is in the external or just separating your consciousness from a million, thinking that something, this emotional outcome, this physical outcome will make me happy. I really feel like you need to say, like, this is an energy of like questioning things and moving on your own. I don't think, once again, any sort of teamwork, some sort of collaboration out of pain. You know, like you hating your life and then posting a selfie on Instagram to make yourself feel better so you get attention. And I'm not even shaming you for that. I mean, I've done it. But it's like, you need to be in this energy. This is, you know, and this is someone who posts something on Instagram and just doesn't even care how many likes they get. And then they get more likes because they just don't care, you know. And that's like what I'm trying to tell you is like, I'm trying to process this with you, but it's very intense. So let's just go to your advice, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and clarify why this is here in your advice. Because there could be, once again, I just feel like you're trying to put a Band-Aid on something, an emotional, physical, but yeah, I'm telling you, the Four of Cups in your advice is clarified by the King of Wands and the Five of Wands. Don't get overly competitive. Do not enter into a new passionate relationship just because you think it's going to make you feel better about whoever's breaking your heart or whatever situation is putting you into confusion. Whatever situation is making, if I had that person, if that didn't happen in my past, if my future was already here. You know, don't start something fiery. Turn it down. You have a new relationship with a fire sign to make yourself feel better? No, Matumba, no. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. And I don't actually, here's the thing. I'm being hard. I don't actually think anything like bad would happen if you did it. Besides just furthering this mess of confusion emotionally and mentally. You're just going to further your own confusion and cross your wires and be further away from any sort of point of actual genuine transformation. It might lead you down to a very exciting path of cutting off your emotions. I mean, you know, cutting off your emotions here, Scorpio. So, I'm happy. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So, I'm blah, blah. So, let's also clarify why the Strength card is here. Why is the Strength card here in your advice, Scorpio? Strength card is clarified by the Fool, the Empress, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Temperance and the King of Cups. So, you know, for a lot of you, this is going to have to do with a relational drama. You know, the Two of Cups, the Empress, Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, a lot of romance, a lot of lovey-dovey stuff. You're going to have the strength to overcome emotional hurt within relationships. I really feel like there's this feeling of like, if only that didn't happen with me, and if only I could fix this, if only this weird nightmarish, you know, a lot of you could feel like the universe is a little bit against you, but I'm telling you, if you feel like the universe is against you, you've gotten yourself in an emotional web of mental and spiritual confusion that is not going to be cleared up until you can come back into your body, you can be here now, and you can realize that a lot of this stuff is in your head. So there needs to be a spiritual cutting, cleansing here. And there may be a situation that really drives you into your lower self. Whether this is just you, whatever. That's just what I sense. Now, let's also clarify the last piece of advice for you is the Nine of Pentacles. I see 333 on the clock as I said that. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here for you, Scorpio, in your advice? Look the other way. Some of you may need to block someone. Some of you may need to... Okay. If this is about a love thing, and this has to do with love, emotional confusing stuff, you need to go no contact, buddy. Why haven't you... You already knew you were supposed to do it sooner, or else Katumi wouldn't have come out. I mean, this is something, Scorpio, the only thing that's going to heal this is time, presence, and letting go of the thinking that this is so. What is going on in your mind is you're really convinced that something is better than it is. You wanting to correct something, you wanting something that's not here right now. You think this outcome is going to fix all your problems, and all that's going to happen is you're going to get the desired result if you play your cards right and force it, and you're going to still be stuck in the same spiritual mess and realize this isn't fulfilling me because my state of consciousness is the same. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and also the Two of Swords here when it comes to your advice. Okay, so there's some sort of unfinished business when it comes to something that you feel like should be here, should have been changed in your legacy. There's some sort of I wish this long-term thing was here or whatever. I wish it went differently, blah, blah, blah. Just like let it go. There's nothing here that's going to help you more than silence. And like literally just instead of like running away from your emotions, like when you feel this rush of betrayal, like all this negative confusion, just sit here and breathe with it. Like, don't try to change this in the physical. I'm telling you, if you try to take action right now, frantic action in December 2023, man, just be careful, Scorpio. So with that, I really hope this helped you. I love you, Scorpio.